Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial by Linux Techie. Today I'm going to show you how we can create the continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline using AWS Code Pipeline. In this tutorial, I have used an AWS S3 bucket to host my Angular website, and I have used GitHub CI tool for source code management and AWS managed service code pipeline for creating CI/CD pipeline. Before starting the practical session, I would ask viewers to subscribe this channel for more relevant videos and hit the bell icon for updates. So this is our use case. So I have hosted my code to the GitHub repository, and we will be creating an AWS code pipeline which will fetch the code from GitHub and will build the code and will generate the artifacts, and after that it will deploy the code to our AWS S3 bucket where we will create the hosting. So this is the use case. AWS code pipeline will fetch the code from GitHub, then AWS code pipeline will use the code deploy and code build service to deploy and build the code, and after that it will deploy the code to S3 bucket. So these are few steps which we will be performing. First we need to write the build spec.yaml file and add into the source code repository. After that we will create a code pipeline on AWS. Then we will configure the code deploy and configure the deployments. After that we will create the AWS S3 bucket for website hosting, and then we'll create bucket policy to access the website. So without wasting any time, let's move to our GitHub account. So this is my basic project of Angular. So we have our package.json, and currently we do not have any build spec.yaml, and AWS code pipeline requires the build spec.yaml file for deployment. So if you want to know where we can find the build spec.yaml syntax, you can search for the Google like build spec.yaml configuration syntax. You will find the document page of build specification. So first let's just clone this repo. So I have a branch named POC, so I am cloning the POC branch of my repository. So let's switch into the directory and check the branch. Yes, it is POC. And now we have to write a build spec YAML for this. So let's just create build spec.yml. So I have already write the basic code for this. So let's just copy and paste it here. So in the build spec.yaml file, first you need to mention the version. So version will be 0.2, and there is a block named phases. In the phases block, you can use the install block. There is a pre-build block, and then build, and then post build. In the install block, you can use the runtime version. So I am using Node.js 10 version. So either you can use this runtime version by defining the runtime version and whatever the version and whatever the software you want. You can also mention here the Python and the version, or Java and the version, but my application depends on the Node.js, so I'm using the Node.js version. You can also install any application inside this by mentioning into the command sections. So if you want to install, you can use like whatever you want to install, you can write here. So whatever the steps to install the npm or whatever it is. So but I am using the inbuilt, I mean runtime version Node.js, so I do not need to install the Node.js. So in the pre-built section, there is a commands section where you can write more than one command by using lists. So I'm running the command npm install because my project is based on Angular and I have package.json file also. So npm install will install all the dependencies related to the project, and after that I'm installing Angular CLI to build the project. And in the build section I have used a command ng build. It will create the deployable folder dist. So in the post build section I have just write a single line like echo build completed on date. It depends on you whether you want to mention the post build or not. It is not necessary. So in the artifact section, this is the main section. After building the project, and after ng build, it will create the dist folder. Then in the artifact section, you need to define the base directory where your code exists. So after ng build, the dist folder will be created. So I'm mentioning here, in the file section, it is a globe like */ /*. It means all the file and inside the folder and subfolder in the dist. So all the file inside the dist folder will be pushed to our S3 bucket, and we will mention the S3 bucket when we will create the AWS code pipeline. So discard paths, it is used for like in the dist folder, if you have any folders like assets. So if you use no, that means the assets folder will also include into the artifacts. And if you use discard paths value is yes, that means it will discard all the subfolders and it will maintain only one folder, and it will push all the files in the same folder. So I'm using discard paths is no. So let's just save this file, and let's just add this buildspec.yaml file and commit this file. Added build spec, one file changed. Let's just push the code. So code has been pushed to my to my GitHub repository. So let's just create the pipeline. So pipeline name my pipeline, or whatever the name you can give, my web pipeline. So it will automatically create the new service role for this, or if you have any service role, you can select this by existing service role. Hit the next button, and in the source provider select GitHub and connect to the GitHub. It will send the authentication request to the GitHub, and just provide your credentials and you will be connected to the GitHub. So I have already connected, so it is showing you have successfully configured the action. So select your repository from the GitHub. It is POC code deploy, and the branch name is POC. So it will use the GitHub webhook to fetch the code from GitHub, and it also use GitHub webhook to monitor whether if any change detects on your branch, then it will start this pipeline. So whenever you push any change to your specific branch, whatever you mention here, then this pipeline will automatically trigger. Hit the next button. And build provider, I'm using AWS Code Build, default built-in managed service. So let's just create a project, build project. Just you need to give the project name for the build, so I'm giving the same name. So in the operating system I'll be using Ubuntu, and it will also create the new service role for AWS Code Build. And in the build spec I'm using build spec file. So I have already build spec.yaml file inside my repository. So if you want to enable logging while your AWS code pipeline triggers and run the build actions, you can also see the logs inside the CloudWatch if you enable this, or if you are just doing it for the POC purpose or you do not want any kind of logs, you can just uncheck this and just click into the okay. So it is saying that you must choose a programming language runtime. Okay, so I'm using just standard runtime, and the image I'm using is standard 3.0. So let's just continue to the code pipeline. So we have successfully created the build project for our pipeline. I think, yeah, it is still creating, so let's just wait for a while. Yeah, we have successfully created my web pipeline in code build. So just hit the next button. In the deploy provider, I am using S3 bucket to host the website. So I'm just selecting AWS S3, and the region is Mumbai. So it is saying that no result. So currently we do not have any bucket for website hosting. So let's just create a bucket. So bucket name will be my web POC, and next. So yeah, you need to uncheck this because you are about to host the website in this bucket. So public access need to be given to this bucket so that your web content is accessible across the world. So I acknowledged and hit next and create the bucket. So we have successfully created the bucket. Now just select the region, and here you can see the bucket name has been appeared. So you need to check this extract files before deploy. So whenever you use the code deploy service or by using AWS code pipeline, all the artifacts and all is zipped, so you need to extract that file as well. So just click this and hit the next button. So you can review the pipeline. So it is my pipeline name, this is the service role, this is the source provider, it is third party GitHub, and the build stage, and the deploy action, deploy to S3. So let's just create the pipeline. So we have successfully created the pipeline. So as you can see, first phase is source and next phase is build, then deploy. So we have successfully created the CI/CD pipeline by using AWS code pipeline managed service. So first stage is done. So currently it is in build section. You can always see whatever is happening behind the scenes by clicking into the details, and you can go to the phase details. So it is submitted, queued, provisioned, source downloaded, installed. It is in pre-build section. So if you remember, we have already given the phases like install, pre-build, build, post-build. So currently it is in pre-build section, means it is installing our packages or dependencies. So let's just wait for a while. Let's see if it is done or not. Yeah, as you can see, the pipeline succeeded. All the steps has been successfully executed. Now let's just refresh this, and you will see one bucket here. This bucket is used by the AWS code pipeline service to manage the artifacts and runtime files. So this is our website bucket, and let's see if we have, yeah, as you can see, all our codes has been built and successfully deployed to the S3 bucket. Now let's just go to the properties and enable the website hosting in this bucket. So my index file is index.html. Let's just save this. So you can access your website with this endpoint URL. So you can just click this, and yeah, as you can see, currently it is forbidden because we do not have created any bucket policy. So currently we are in our fourth step. So we need to create the bucket policy to access the website. So what we can do is, we can S3 bucket policy generator. Just go to this website and select the service AWS S3 bucket policy, and in the principal type star and action. You just need to give the get object permission. Do not give extra permissions to the bucket, otherwise it will vulnerable and attackers will try to compromise the data. So we need our bucket ARN. So copy this bucket ARN and paste it here. Just add the statement and generate the policy. Just copy this policy and open your bucket. In the permission section, click the bucket policy and paste this policy. But as you can see, effect is allow on the resource. This is the complete bucket URL, but we need to make it public all the objects inside the bucket. So just put /* and save this policy. It will prompt like this bucket has a public access. Yes, we are giving it a public access to get the objects. Now just save this. So policy has been saved. So let's go to the static website hosting section and try to access this URL again, and here we go. As you can see, I have successfully hosted my website, Angular website, on S3 bucket, and we have deployed the changes as well. So if you want to trigger this pipeline, you do not need to do anything. You just need to push the code into the branch, into the same branch. let's just say, let's just add anything in the file. So let's just add one file like f1 here, and git add f1, commit and push. So let's just move to our pipelines, and currently it is not running any pipeline. So let's just so we have committed the changes and we have pushed our codes to the repository. Yeah, as you can see, it is in progress state now, because in the branch POC we have made some changes. So GitHub webhooks trigger the changes and the pipeline started. So it is in source state. It will again build the project and deploy it. So I hope you like this video. Please subscribe my channel or hit the like button if you like this video. Thank you for watching this video.